I was just finished listening to part of Levette's The Egg and how the egg sits down and has the yolk exactly on the plane, that division, that plane, right? Well, whatever it's called. Got to learn that terminology, right? So that was absolutely perfect. Where I mean, it just keeps moving like with the current of the moon, just moving the egg like this. And the incubators are the same thing. They work the same way. Apparently, it takes 21 days with the egg in the incubator, something to do with, and then 8 days after it goes in the incubator. I have to read up about it. I shouldn't even be talking about that. It has to do with 8 and 21. So here's what I'm configuring as to stars and stripes. And the reason we have the in-between stars and stripes is there's one in between these two here. And there's one in between these two here. And there's one here. That's 3. There's one here is 4. There's one here that is 5. They all connect with each other. I skipped and did the individuals because we don't need the half-life. We just need the box life. Here's a set of 3 and 3. And here's a set of 3 and 3, just like on the cube. The cube shows the same thing. But the cube is an overlocking. I believe that the reality of the 6 is a set of 2 and a set of 2. This set of 2, you see the way it's the width, it's wider than it is higher, and it's wider than it is higher. I'm assuming that when you go 1 to 4, this is the association, 1, 2, 3, 4. When you look at this over here, let's just cancel all that out. So let's look at the whiskers, okay? Here's a cube and here's a cube. Into the center and up to the top of the cube, to the middle of the cube, to the side of the cube, to the next cube, coming in, to the middle of the cube, to the lower of the cube. 1, 2, 3 below, and 3 above. 1 in the center is 4. Same thing on the other side. 3 and 1 is 4. 5, 6, and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. The total is 14, all connected to 1 and 4. 4, 1, 4. This is your birth. 4, 1, 4. 4 and 1. 4 and 1. 4 and 1. Those are your 3 sets. Then we'll go and we'll do the in-between. Remember, let's eliminate the exterior, and let's eliminate the exterior and just work as the interior. This whole row here on the 50 stars, I will eliminate all the top rows, all the outside, and all the bottom rows. So I will be eliminating 6 stars and 6 stars. I will be eliminating, is it 6 stars or it's 6 by 5? So maybe I should be going the other way and I shouldn't be doing this video right now. So let's not do this video. Or we'll do this video and just let's end it by just saying we connect the whiskers, and the whiskers are 7 and 7. So if you know animals that connect their whiskers this way, this is the way it looks. This is the Aleph letter. We have to understand we don't directly connect in the center. We connect and link to an area in the center. The left connects on the left side of center, the right connects to the right, and the center brings them together. Fibonacci, 1 and 1, 2 and 2, 3 and 3, 4 and 4, 5 and 5, 8 and 8, 13 and 13. This is one of the designs that it will make. So if you see anything like this, a garden area that looks like this, this is the reality. We cannot put this 2 ways. This can only go one way. Either it's this way or it's the other way. And when it is both ways, it becomes 2. The reality of this and this, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 8, 21, 31, 34, and we keep on filling in the center. Eventually, I will take this, it ends over here, and I will fill a filler in over here. We do know that this next equation is 8, 13, 21. Where I will put it, I'm not sure yet. My paper is too small. Same thing goes on this side, 34 on this side, 34 on this side. This is your 68 or your 168 or your 7 days by 24 hours equaling to 168. One thing about the Mayan schedule to understand is there's 360 degrees in the year. The 360 degrees okay, equaling to only 11 moons and 24 days of man, not holding the last 4 days. The last 4 days are missing for the 12th moon. So if I need to create another moon, I need to go 7 times those 4 days, or 7 years, to create a missing moon. So every 7 years is a missing moon. How many years do I have to go in the Mayan cycle for how many moons will be missing? Well, in a total of 7 years, I will be missing 1 moon. In a total of 84 years, which is 4 cubes, 21 per cube, equaling to Pluto connection in your birth. In a total of 84 years, okay, that will be 12 times, or 12 moons, or 1 complete year. 1 complete Mayan year is lost compared to our years every 84 years. So now if I take the calculator, every 84 years, we lose 84 years times 4 equals to 336. 336 is 12 moons. 36 creation, 336. So in order to understand how many I will lose in the total amount of time in a certain cycle that I must calculate, and I do not have any numbers calculated right now. So let's go multiply that by 6. 336 times 6 equals to 2016. So if we multiply, this is 12 moons. In order to lose 72 moons, or what I call the counter inside the clock, because 72 times 5 equals to 360, and 360 times 72 equals to 25,920 of a Mayan cycle, divided by the 5, which is the egg, 5775 is the egg, equals to 5184. In between 5 and 1 is 2, 3, and 4, which is 6, 7, and 8, and that what's representing the moon is 6, 7, and 8 if you look at the deck of cards. So now we have 84 years, 7 years, 7 years, we lose 28 days, or 1 moon. We have to understand that the Mayan month is 10, and 10 equals to 20 days times 18 months multiplied by 3, which is the cycle that we run by, is a 54-month cycle. And in the next year, we must add on, what do we add on after the 3rd year? Okay, but the way I understand it is they run at a 613 cycle, so it only works on what? 613, 316, 303. Now I'm a little confused. I'm not sure what to put in for the 4th year. Do I put in 19 months? Right? Because in the 4th year, I need to make up these 28 days, but it's only 20 days in one of their months. 20 days, so it takes 5 years. In 5 years of their cycle, or 4 years of their cycle, right? 4 years of their cycle is 16 days. 5 years of their cycle is 20 days. 6 years and 7 years of the cycle is 28 days. So I have to go 7 years in this cycle. The Hebrews go 19 years for their cycle, and 19 times 19 equals to 361. 1963 if you want to reverse it, and this stands also for the lights of Saturn, creation of the one spirit. Nothing exists. Here is this, here is this. The only way for the existence is man over here. 1 arm and 1 leg. That's the way he must exist. I do not know why, but that's what the numbers tell me. So I'm going to continue on in this. What would I do? What would I do? The 72 moons. 84 years. 84 years times 4 equals to 336.
84 years. So if I go 25,920 divided by 84 equals to 308, I do not like that. I have to do a different calculation. 84 years equals 336. But now I need 91 years. I need 91 years. Why? No, I'm missing 24 for 360, right? I'm missing 24 for 360. I need 6 years, 6 more years. I need 13. I need 16. I need 90. 90 times 4 equals to 360. That is today. I need 90 years to lose a Mayan year. So if it's 90 years for a Mayan year and we have 25,920 equals to, divided by 90 equals to 288. Times 1.25 equals to 360. I'm losing 25, but that's not good enough. That's a quarter. 4 is a quarter. 4 times something is a whole quarter. I have to sit here and figure this out while you're watching me and losing your time, and I don't like that, but I'm going to have to sit here and count it. Okay, so now in 84 years, in 90 years, I lose 1 year. In 90 years, I lose 1 year. 90 years, I lose 1 year. It's funny. In 900 years, I lose 10 years of the Mayan years. That's not including the 364th day. If I would go to the 364th day, in which I probably should, I'm now going to restate this, is 90 is 360, is now 91 times 4 equals 364. So the actual thing is 91 years equals 1 year. So every 91 years, I lose a year. Now, the reason I do it this way is because 90 equals 96 rotation. 1 is the division of two sides. 91 is 91 divided by 7 will equal to 13. That's the AC energy. We're losing it to the power. Power of the mind, whichever one you want. 7 cards. 13 cards times 7 is 91 times 4 equals to 364. 91 times 3 is 273 plus 4, because that's what we started with, equals to 277, October 4th, every single year except on the leap year. It's October 3rd. This day would be September 30th. September 30th, okay, is 91st day. 91 days, 92 days from January 1st backwards. December 31st is 91 days to September 30th, and 273 days, 3 parts and 1 part. Now, again, we have 91 years. We're going to work at 90 years. In 90 years, you lose 10. In 900 years, you lose 10 years. In 3,600 years, you lose 40 years. 40 days, Moses walks in the desert. 1.5 times this, okay, will be 5,400. That's the number of the sun. We will lose 60 years lost. 4 by 9 is 360. Okay, 4 times 90. We lose 4 more years. We'll lose 64 years. And 360 is 5760. So in the year 2000, we will have lost 64 years. 24 and 10. X, X. And XX together will create XOX. When you put the line within XOX, it becomes Y is the connection of 55. Just want to show you that it's moons or morons. I put this inside of here, and the sword comes out over here, and the sword comes out over here. Why didn't the sword come over here? Because this cannot be. It's either on this side or on this side. You see the way this is in the center? Okay. I would have to stand this up like that over here. I did not stand. This one I put out. I'm just taking a look at it. I'm taking a look back at something. Just give me a second. There was this design over here. See the way these pillars, 1, 2, 3, 4, they support the star system in between? 1, 2, 3, 4. See this? See this over here? This over here? This over here? This over here? This is the swastika. You don't see it because I completed it. What's missing? This leg will stand over here, and then it'll stand to this side right here. Do you see this over here? This part over here? And then it does the same thing over here. Same thing over here. And you join them together, and this is what it looks like. Here's your belt. Here's your corner. The 9 corner, the 9 corner, the 9 corner, the 9 corner plays in the heart of 5. What plays in the heart of 5? The 9 corner. What number comes out with it? 7, 7, 7, 7. If you put the 7 outside, it makes one design. You put the 7 inside, but all in all, the points of the 7 reach 5. If you put it the other way, your 7 creates this, and the heart is here. X, 1. See the 1 here? See the D angle, delta pointing in and out? Turn your record player backwards or forwards. Here's your angle. So let me do this one more time. There was one equation that I did not show. 100 times 100 is 10,000, but the reality of it is 166 times 166. 7286 times 3 is 21,858, plus 23 is the cube, 1881. 3772, 772, 2772, or 1 cube, 3762. Do we double this? If we double this or remove the 1, okay, this will be 36, and 80 is 3760. 80 times 80 multiplied by 47 equals 3760, the time Jesus was born. When I multiply this by 3 and then double it, I get to the same number. 1881 is 3760, the same time of Christ. 7286 is a part-time. This must calculate into 25,920, and there must be a difference, and the difference is whatever reality world I am in for a better understanding. 616, okay? We're going to do this, that in between, since it's a 1, it's not really a 1. This is more than a 1. This is a 5 inside of here. And why is it a 5? Because 1 is in the middle of everything, okay? So what we have is, since this is a 5, 2 is above, 8 is below. Now we'll put 8 above and 2 below. It becomes 28 and 82. On the outside, it becomes 10 and 10 on the outside. 2 and 8 is 10. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times 8 is 10. 2 times 8 is 16. 26, 26. 26, 26. 52, 52. 767. Or the Mayan count of 25,625 is also included in the number of the light. This, we went, here is 1, and then we connected here is 1. So what did 1 do? I have 3, but I connect 1 and 1 with my 3. I am just looking into better understanding. The arm, the rail, Brazil. To fail, everything seems to run up Brazil. Brazil, Brazil. I'm looking. Here's another thing. When I go into Monopoly and I start from the corners, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, when I get to the corner, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 becomes the train. 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10 becomes 7 again. 7, 8, 9, 7, 2, 3, 4. Why? Because this becomes 16. If this does become 16, excuse me, this now becomes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the train becomes 7 and 10. Earth, 5 times 2, 5 plus 2 equals 7 and 10, and you're on the trains. Creation comes in the high sky. Your communication comes over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 2, 3, 4. This becomes 7 again. 7 and 4, July 4th shows up here. 77, Christ shows up here. Jesus shows up here. Creation is in between. It's very hard to understand. 3, 4, 6, and 7 is your moon. So when you get from this corner to this corner, you have your moon. Here you have your memory, the bad memory. You have a bad memory. And here you have the moon. Why do I do it this way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. How do I get 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? I wish I can answer that question. I am not quite sure why. I don't remember what I did, and that's a downfall in my work. I'm taking a look. There's just so many numbers. I'm a little overwhelmed. So let's continue on to, I was working on the Mayan here, the same thing. 280 days, 14 months. 280 days, 10 moons lost. 28 days, 280 days lost. 10 moons, 10 by 28 is 280 days. 10 moons lost. 70 years times 4 is 280. 280, 10 moons lost, 7 years. What is actually lost in 70 years?
We are lost. 0 becomes 76, becomes 55. It is the middle of the two sides, the separation. We lose that time because they use it in us. I don't know how that works. So I have to understand over here that we go 5,760 times 4 equals to 23. Wow, that's wrong. 5,760 times 4 equals to 23,040 divided by 28 equals to, something's wrong, 5,776 times 4 equals 23,104 divided by 28 equals to, no, I got to figure this out. You got to give me a second. I'm losing every 91, every 900 years, I lose 10 years. Every 90 years, I lose a year. So if 25,920 divided by 90 equals 288 years lost. There's 288 years lost in a Mayan cycle. 288 years, or the number 288, okay, says we lose 2 weeks a day. 2 weeks a day equals the mind that is awake. So we lose 288, which is 288 times 1.25 equals to 360. The reason we're losing this is because 5 times 5 times 5 equals 1.25. That's the middle area, okay? And I don't know if it's because we need to lose it, because it's not really lost and it's in the system that's built for us. But I can tell you, in the 25,900 years, okay, in the 25,000, look at this, the seventh gate. Watch this, 25,920 divided by 90 equals 288 plus 25,625 equals 25,913. I am missing 7 and 6. I am missing either 13 for the high count or 7 for the low count. What is this? It's this. Our DNA count, or father, is 41 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 equals 2. 41 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 equals to 25,625 minus 25,920 equals to 295. And I came up with the figure of 288. 95 is the heaven divided heavens. 2 by 95 is 190. 147.5. 147.5. The in-between. This is an in-between. 1479. This is all we're looking at. The bracket to here, the bracket to here. We take the bracket. When we make the bracket,
When we make this, okay, this is our reality. The reason we do this is because 8 goes over here, and let's say 8, 2, and 2 goes over here. When we go one more level down, it becomes 8. When we go one level up, it becomes 5. This is in between 5 and 8. This becomes your 963. This becomes your 963. This becomes your 147 because we close above. But what is this? It's two circles. 15 times 15 equals 225. That's what it is. Times 2 equals to 45. Times 2 equals to your 90. So now we would have to figure out 225 times 2 times 2 times 90, is it? Venus. I'm trying to figure out 225. 25, 625 divided by 225. Is there an answer for this? No. But I do have 25 times 25 equals 625. Do you know what that is? 25 is a quarter, right? But 15 times 15 is also a quarter. 15 by 15 is 225. 25 by 25 equals 625. The difference is 400.
One is running at 60 seconds. The other is running at 100. 100 of 100. When we use time, we run 60 of 100. Raphael, playing with the time, understanding that the Mayan calendar, we are losing time. For whatever reason, we're winding down. When we send a message online, we wait. We think the person has received the message online. But by the time you pick up your finger and send that message, you have to stop writing the message. You have to press the button. It has to go out and the person has to see it. So that time, somehow it has to do with that time. Raphael, 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. Sorry, guys. For me, this is not the greatest video. But you know what? Putting information together and then going over and doing it after I've figured out the whole thing just doesn't cut it for me. I got to do it on the go. Raphael, 7286 and the constellation of Pegasus. Ciao.